The most haunted places in the world. Waverly Hills Sanatorium, Louisville, Kentucky. Waverly Hills Sanatorium was an old tuberculosis hospital that saw the death of more than 63,000 patients when the disease was at its worst. There are also reports that the patients were also mistreated by staff, along with experimental procedures being performed. Today, the two-story building sits abandoned, with ghost tours happening on a regular basis. Screams from empty rooms have been heard, shadow people walking around the premises, and disembodied voices have been recorded. Waverly Hills is currently in the process of being renovated and turned into a hotel. Island of the Dolls, Xochimilco, Mexico. If you ever visit the island of Lake Texulio in Mexico City, you may notice an abundance of creepy dolls hanging in the trees. Legend has it that in the 1920s, 3 young girls were playing in the water when one of them fell in and drowned. Soon after, the island grew a reputation of being haunted and claiming that the girls' spirits couldn't leave. Then in the 1950s, a young man by the name of Julian Santan Barrera moved to the island, where he reported having conversations with the ghost of the dead girl and buying her dolls to appease her desire to play. It is rumored that soon after, the girl thirsted for Julian to join her in the afterlife. When Julian's nephew came to visit him, he found his uncle face down in the water. Today, locals will not go near the island, but tourists report that the dolls can open and close their eyes, speak to you, along with sightings of the ghosts of Julian and the young girl. Aokigahara, Mount Fuji, Japan. Known as the Suicide Forest, Aokigahara is located at the base of Mount Fuji and has seen more death than anyone would want to experience. Amidst the dense trees and vines, hundreds of people have chosen to end their lives in this forest. Police do sweeps of the area on a regular basis, and the number of bodies that have been found are so high that there are suicide prevention signs posted around the forest. Before it was known for suicides, the forest was also a place where Japanese families died of starvation during times of famine. It is believed that the ghosts that haunt the forest all met the end of their living life in the same location. The Tower of London, London, England. The Tower of London is over 900 years old and has a history that is rich in torture and execution. William the Conqueror originally built the tower in 1078, and the site is considered to be one of the most haunted places in the United Kingdom. The headless body of King Henry VII's second wife and the mother of Elizabeth I, Anne Boleyn, has been seen wandering the grounds, which is interesting considering the English monarch had his wife beheaded. Also, the apparition of 2 young children have been seen holding hands with a look of terror on their faces. It is believed that these children are 2 young princes who were sent to the tower after being declared illegitimate and then later killed by their uncle, the Duke of Gloucester. Queen Mary, Long Beach, California. The Queen Mary was a luxurious ocean liner that sailed between the 1930s and the 1960s. In the 1970s, the ship found a permanent home in Long Beach, California, where it became a hotel. The ship is known to be one of the most haunted hotels in the world, with all of its nooks and crannies that make perfect hiding spots for ghosts. While there have been reports of ghosts all over the ship, the most haunted area is the swimming pool where 2 women drowned. Full-body apparitions have been seen, along with spiritual sightings caught on camera. There are so many ghosts residing on the Queen Mary that the question isn't, are there ghosts, but instead, what ghost do I want to meet tonight? Villisca Axe Murder House, Villisca, Iowa. Most people think that the Amity Horror was the only place where an entire family was murdered without anyone noticing. But on June 10, 1912, Hosea B. Moore, his wife, his 4 children, and 2 young girls who were staying at the home were all brutally murdered from being assaulted with an axe. The scariest part of the story is that the murderer was never found. Visitors of the home have reported seeing a man with an axe and crying, as well as hearing demonic voices and experiencing headaches. The home was restored to its original state in 1994, so there is no plumbing or electricity. Myrtle's Plantation, St. Francisville, Louisiana. Myrtle's Plantation is known as one of America's most haunted homes. The antebellum-style house was the location of the murder of William Winter, who was shot by a stranger. As Winter staggered while he was dying, he tried to climb the stairs and died on the 17th step. The plantation is reportedly built on top of a Native American burial ground and is called home by 12 ghosts, including the spirits of deceased slaves. Some of the ghosts are friendly, but there are others that have physically assaulted visitors, as well as making other visitors physically ill. Moundsville Penitentiary, Moundsville, West Virginia. Located in the hills of West Virginia, Moundsville Penitentiary was in operation from 1876 to 1995 and was known as the most violent prison in the country. 94 men were executed by either the electric chair or hanging while the prison was in operation, and there were countless deaths from riots and prisoner abuse. Even though the prison closed in 1995, the spirits of those who were imprisoned at Moundsville still remain. Today it is now a popular paranormal hotspot for investigators and has been featured on countless television programs. People have reported being touched, hearing a woman laugh, as well as being scratched by demonic entities. The Paris Catacombs, Paris, France. In the late 18th century, French engineers helped the city government devise a plan that would make room for new citizens as the Paris population was bursting at the seams. To help make more space in the city, the remains of 6 million people were moved from local cemeteries to the underground mines of Paris. Today, the catacombs have become one of the most visited tourist spots and is reported to be the most haunted. With bones freely on display, visitors have reported seeing shadow people, hearing disembodied voices, and full-body apparitions.